It's time for another two-box nickel hunt in our quest, once again, to find that 1950 Denver nickel. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to my channel. We have a couple of nickel boxes today, and this is going to be episode number 128 of the Hunt and Fill series, and it's boxes 119 and 120 for the Series 2 book. Now, as many of you know, if you've been following the series, it took us 167 boxes to complete Series 1 books, and now we only have, 49 boxes before this hunt left to try to beat that and find that 50D before the 167th box. That being said, we'll take silver nickels, buffalo nickels, proof nickels, some varieties, maybe some forns, and heck, if we're lucky, even a V-nickel. Now, I also have the side finds book, which has been stuck at 60 out of 65 because there's 5 tough date nickels left in that one as well, of course, including the 50D. I'll give you guys a look at the books at the end of the hunt when I compare the finds to the books to see if we have any upgrades or additions. But for now, we're going to get right to the hunt. Both boxes have been popped by me personally just to make sure I had circulated nickels because I've been getting a lot of uncirculated ones lately, but we definitely have 100 rolls to hunt through today. I will bring you guys in if and when I have a find in this first box, and fingers crossed, they've got some goodies in them. Well, we're already on roll number 27, so it took us more than half the box to find our first nickel from the 40s, although we have quite a few from the 50s and even a couple of Canadians from 83 and 86. The first 40s Jefferson nickel is a 1940, and it's minted from Philadelphia. Roll number 29. Our second 40s Jefferson is a 1949, Philadelphia. We're on roll number 31 of the box, and normally I don't show the 50s finds, and it's not a semi-key or a key date, but it is a 1952. When I flipped it, it was an S, and that's definitely a lower mintage. We also have a 52D in here as well, so just wanted to point that out since the box has been a little bit slow on 40s finds. Now back to the hunt. Roll number 35, a nickel from 1941, Philadelphia. Roll number 37 is going to have another 1941 nickel, minted in Philly, and I'll also point out that we recently grabbed the 1959 Philadelphia, slightly lower mintage, as well as a 1954 S, not the S over D though. Roll number 40, a 1946 Jefferson nickel from Philadelphia. Roll number 49 is going to give us our first nickel from 1947. 47 Philadelphia. Well, that first nickel box has been hunted. No buffalo nickels, no silver war nickels, no key dates or semi-key dates, but a few better dates. And we do have 23 finds on the board, so it was definitely a decent box as far as number of finds goes, and we scored 4 Canadian nickels. I'll also point out we had a couple of really nice nickels, an 88D and a 1965 not full steps, but we'll check those against the books anyway. First box is down. These are brother and sister boxes. You can even tell they were wrapped near the same time. They have some kind of inking air on the boxes. That being said, I'm going to start with box 2 now. I'll bring you back if and when I have a find in the second nickel box of the hunt. We're on roll number 2 of box 2, and we already have a better find, I believe. I thought I saw a silver war nickel by the edge. Just flatten them out a little bit, and I think it's that one right there. And it's going to be a silver. 1945, San Francisco. We'll take it. First silver nickel found of this nickel box and the hunt. We're on the same roll, and I thought I had a nickel that might have had some damage here, but when I put it under the scope, maybe I'm just seeing things, but that looks like post-mint damage there, but it appears to be under the strike. Or at least something soft that the strike was allowed to press through. It almost looks like it might be a strike-through air. It's hard to tell. It's also played a little bit of damage on the TS. There's a little die crack or something going on right there. But man, that looks like it's underneath the strike, or it was a softer material and it still allowed it to punch the strike, but definitely left an imprint on the coin. Not quite sure. Either way, the coin's in pretty rough shape. It is a common 1964 Denver to boot, but I think I'll hold on to it for miscellaneous, and you guys can let me know down in the comments below. Is that just post-mint damage, or is that a strike through? Interesting. Either way, I'll set it aside for now, and I'll get back to the hunt. Roll number 7 of box number 2. Another 1941 nickel from Philadelphia with some scratches. Since I have you here, I'll bring it up because it's a pretty nice nickel. We recently just found a nice 1953 Philadelphia, and I don't see them struck as well as this one, or at least not in circulation. So we'll definitely take that. Might be an upgrader for one of the books. Roll number 8. Another 1947 Jefferson nickel from Philadelphia. Roll 61 of the 100 roll hunt, and we have another nickel from 1949. And it's also a 1949 Philly. Roll 67. We've got ourselves another 1947. Denver this time. Roll number 69. Another 1947 nickel from Philadelphia. Roll number 75. A 1940 nickel from Philadelphia. Well, we're on roll number 76, and this 1942 nickel right there just caught my eye, and it actually has kind of a silver look. Could be silver, or it could just have some kind of discoloration, but let's flip it and see, because 1942 is a transition year. Some nickels had silver and some didn't. If it has a big mint mark above the Monticello, it's definitely silver. And it is. 1942 Philadelphia. Don't see these too often. We'll definitely take that. That is another Silver War nickel, and I didn't see it by the edge. Because, yeah, it doesn't look like a silver nickel. But it definitely is, with the mint mark above the Monticello. 1942 Philly. Second silver nickel of the box. Roll number 83 is going to give us another 1942 nickel. This one does not look silver, but I would take a Denver if it is it. And it's just going to be a 1942 Philadelphia non-silver. So we got both 42 Philadelphia silver and non-silver nickels in this box. But still no 50D and no Buffaloes. Roll number 89. Just another 1940 nickel from Philadelphia. We're on roll number 100 of the hunt. And it looks like we'll get at least one parting gift here. A pretty nice 1946. Oh, but the back is bad. Philadelphia. Well, we finished that 2-box hunt, and it was definitely a good 2-box hunt overall. We have 44 finds on the board, 23 from the first box, 21 from the second box, not including the 4 nicer nickels up on top. I'm not going to cover all the dates with you guys, but the finds of the hunt was 4 Canadians, an 83, 2 86s, and an 87. 4 really nice Jefferson nickels right here. I'll check against the album. We got some better dates here, a 51P, 52 DNS, 53P in better shape, not necessarily a better date, but I don't find them like that. A 54S, a 59P, and then the finds, I guess, of the hunt was the 42P and the 45S war nickel, and then potentially a struck through coin as well. Let me go ahead now and compare the finds to the books to see if we have any upgrades. I don't think we have any additions to either album, but let me just double check that, and after that, I'll bring you back with a look at the books and some final thoughts on today's hunt. Well, we've compared all the finds to both books. The good news is we got 2 upgrades for Series 2. The 1966 I found today upgraded, and the 1953 I found today upgraded. Unfortunately, the 53 that was in here was not better than the 53 that we have in the Series 3 book, so we couldn't use it for that, but still, nice seeing 2 upgrades in the Series 2 album. And now, after 120 boxes searched, even though we're missing that 50D, we still have 47 boxes left to beat the completion number of boxes for the Series 1 book. For the Series 3 album, we've now hunted 55 boxes in total. We're still missing those 5 tough date nickels, and that's a bummer, but we're only 55 boxes in. We were able to upgrade the 42P silver nickel. I put it in right there. And even though one would argue that maybe this one has a little better detail that was in it, it has a little corrosion look. And I just think that one looks a little bit nicer in the album. So we're going to go ahead and use that for the book. I know we didn't have a bunch of finds, but we had good finds, including 2 Silver War nickels for the silver jar and potentially a strike through coin, which I'll hold on to in my miscellaneous coins collection. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 2-box hunt. I know I did. If you did, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. I know it's only 2 Silver War nickels, but any silver we find in circulation is good for the jar.